Let's dive into the discussions shaping the nation.
Thank you very much, Ceann Comhairle. And first of all, I welcome the opportunity to speak on the programme for government, because I believe that the programme for government is a great working document for the next 5 years. I believe that the government are deeply committed to doing their level best in a very work-person-like way to help all sectors of society. Myself and my brother Denny were very glad to have participated in those negotiations. I want to thank the spokespersons from both the leading parties for the, again, genuine commitment that they gave, long days and long nights, into putting together a good programme. And I do believe it's a good programme for government. The issue is there will be money, there will be exchequer returns that will be positive. Maybe for the first time in a long time, we will be able to make decisions. I'm so glad for the decisions with relation, for example, to carers. There is nothing more important than people taking care of people in their homes. And the fact that the means test is going to be completely looked at in a positive way in addressing that anomaly where people weren't getting the full recognition for the excellent service they're doing in taking care of our loved relatives in their own homes. The best place for any person to be is in their own home. And the programme for government recognises that. Whether it's in education, whether it's in agriculture, whether it's in industry, whether it's in infrastructure, we are committed in this programme to help the people of Ireland, again, in a positive way. From the Department of Agriculture, and I want to speak obviously to this, and I want to recognise the fact that Minister Hayden, Ministers Noel Grealish, Minister Dooley and myself, we are committed to ensuring that agriculture, we know it's the backbone of Ireland. Yes, of course, our other industries, tourism, foreign industry into this country, business, keeping small businesses open, that is all so important. And small business is a thing I will touch on again soon. But from an agricultural point of view, we have to work with the farmers. This programme for government recognises that farmers are not a problem in Ireland. They are the solution. And I mean that. They are the solution to whether it's our environment into the future, because always remember, the farmers are the custodians of the environment. They're the people that we cherish. Our small family farms, I was very privileged today to have been with students out in UCD, 300 or 400 students who were having their careers day. There was up to 40 or 50 employers out there who, Ceann Comhairle, I would word it this way, they were eyeing up the talent. And the talent that was out there today in UCD, they're going to be the CEOs of the future. They're going to be the leaders of industry and agriculture in the future. There are 4,000 people working in the Department of Agriculture. I have no doubt in my mind that many of those young students that I met today, they will be working in the Department of Agriculture. They might be inside in this house. They might be future ministers themselves. They're bright, they're young, they're intelligent. They come from great family farms. I met people who had come from small farms around the countryside, and it was a privilege to meet them and to see the enthusiasm that they have for their work. I want to recognise the sponsors of today, because Careers Day is a very important day, and I want to thank them. I want to thank people like Agriland, the Farmers' Journal, what I would call the Bibles of agriculture in Ireland, for being there to cover the event, because they too recognise that the youth of Ireland and the young people who have an interest and a flair for agriculture. I was privileged to meet a man today, for example, who a number of years ago, he left UCD and he had no acre of land himself. And Ceann Comhairle, today he's milking 250 cows. Because he's using his brain. He saw opportunities, maybe older people that were leasing out land. He saw the opportunity. He has expansion plans to further grow. He has a model that he's working to. And I have no doubt in my mind that young man will be milking 1,000 cows in the next 5 years. That's what we want. And of course, while recognising people like him, we also have to remember maybe his uncles and aunties that might have a small farm in Mayo or around the country. They too are integral to the future and the respectability that we have in our produce. And that's why I particularly want to welcome the role of Minister Noel Grealish. because he will be our ambassador. He will be like our salesperson for agricultural produce that we have, whether it's from horticulture, dairy, beef, poultry, pig meat. And again, our way of farming in Ireland is so organic in itself. We do farming and we do the production of farm goods better than anyone else. We do it cleaner, we do it more efficiently. Our product is second to none. We can go anywhere around the world. And people might be, people in media might be complaining about people from government going abroad on Patrick's weekend. I welcome the fact of everybody that's going, because every one of them, it's not twiddling their thumbs there. They're going out representing us. And when I say us, I mean people in opposition, people in government. They're flying the flag. They're meeting with employers, they're meeting with customers, they're meeting with the Irish diaspora around the world. And it's important to fly the flag for Ireland. And I really and passionately believe in that. It's a terribly important job of work to do. I have to say, with regard to agriculture, the forestry sector, the horticultural sector, things have been quite literally turned upside down, Ceann Comhairle, in that we have many, many thousands of hectares of forestry that are knocked at the moment. Not only was there wind blow, but there also was an unusual thing considering the storm event that we had. We actually had forestries that were split. And what I mean by split is that the trees didn't blow over. They actually split maybe a third of the ways up on the tree, which is where you would have the sawwood heading on into the boxwood. And the first message that I want to give from government, because we already have had awful incidents, we've lost a life already, the message has to go out clear from government that any person who has a forestry that's damaged because of the storm, I immediately, as in half an hour after being appointed, set up a task force which has been working diligently with all sectors through the forestry and horticultural world in Ireland. We have been working diligently in ensuring that we're going to change and make more user-friendly the way that people will be able to extract the timber. But it is an awful dangerous job. Our forestries at present are dangerous places to be. And I want to send out the message. I have €2.5 million of a budget in farm safety, and farm safety is my direct responsibility. But we have to send out a message to people. If you have a forest that's down, engage your professional foresters, seek advice, seek guidance, but please, and especially for older people, you don't have to be going into these forests yourselves. We have been gathering satellite images over the last 14 days, and we really have a handle on this now. And we're getting a total acreage of what exactly is damaged. And I want to give a statistic to the Dáil that's important, and it's important for everybody to know this fact, because in your constituencies you're going to have people saying, well, how am I going to go about the licensing? What am I going to do? What's my next step? The first thing you're going to tell them is to be safe and to mind themselves. That's the first thing, and I really, really mean that. I couldn't emphasize it enough. But we did a snapshot of 435 forests that have been affected by the storm. Out of that 435 forestries, if you take the people who have a licence for Clearfell already, or who have a licence to thin forestries, it accounts for something in the region of 56.5% of those 435 forests. They actually have permission from my department to go in tomorrow with contractors and extract that timber. Now, 435 is not the total number, but it is representative. So if that follows through to the rest of the forests, many, many thousands of acres that are down actually have permission from the department to extract that timber. So our next problem is going to be, Ceann Comhairle, getting enough contractors, because we actually don't have enough machinery in the country. I have instructed officials from my department to make contact with people abroad who will have the wherewithal to assist with this work, because there is a big programme of work, and it's like a race against time, because we cannot leave the product on the ground for too long, quite simply because it will lose value. Another message that I want to give to the people is with regard to our sawmills. I was glad to bring representatives from the sawmills around the table yesterday, and they have assured me that they will not in any way be trying to take advantage of the situation.
Thank you.
Oh, sorry, I'm out of time. Sorry.
Deputy Cahill-Crowe.
Thank you,
Minister.
Like, share, and subscribe, and let us know your thoughts in the comments. We'd love to hear from you.